This is my 2022 Subaru BRZ, and today we're going to be going over everything I have done to it. So first, let's go over the exterior of the car. Let's start with the most visible thing being the color. Now, everybody says this car is pink, and I know it does kind of look pink, but technically, the color of this car is Ruby Star Red. This is a Ruby Star Red straight from Porsche. It looks absolutely beautiful on every Porsche I see, so I had to do it on my car, and honestly, I could not have chosen a better color. This car looks great during the day and even better at night. With the black and the carbon fiber contrast, this color is absolutely killer. The second most prominent thing on the car is the wide body kit. Now this is the tandem wide body kit for the Gen 2 BRZs. The kit came with pretty much everything you see here: the front bumper, the side skirts, the rear over fenders, along with the wing. A lot of people ask me where I got this wing from. I know it does kind of look like a 326 wing, but this is a tandem wing. The front splitter, the side canards, everything you see here, that also came with the kit. Looks absolutely beautiful. When I first got this kit, there weren't really that many kits out on the market. Now, even with more kits on the market, I can still confidently say this is one of my favorite kits of all time. This thing looks like a freaking beast. I just love this kit. Huge shout out to Pandem for absolutely killing it on the design for this kit. Next on the list is my carbon fiber hood. I absolutely love this thing. Now, a lot of people don't think that this is a carbon fiber hood because it's painted. To be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of just a full exposed carbon hood, so we did go ahead and paint it, and I left the vents exposed so you can just see a little bit of carbon fiber. It's one of my favorite things. You just don't know it's there until you know it's there, and once you know it's there, you know it's there. And not only did we paint the entire outside of the hood and left the carbon fiber exposed, but underneath the hood, we also painted it. Since we did the turbo setup, I noticed that I kept my hood open a lot more. And I really wasn't the biggest fan of just raw black fiberglass. We went ahead and painted the underside of the hood as well. So whenever I open the hood now, you have a nice gloss black finish. Next on the list is a mod that we did pretty recently. I think we only did this about 2 weeks ago. These Alpha Rex headlights. If you guys have front windshield tint like I do, and you guys can't see at night like me, you guys need these headlights. These headlights are so freaking bright. These are the Alpha Rex headlights. They have a blacked out housing. They have the double layered jewel design, and then they have the running light. I absolutely love the design on these headlights. Now the stock headlights, I loved them. I loved them for the longest time, and I didn't think it could get any better until I got these. They're awesome. A lot of people don't consider tints a mod. I personally do. I think every car needs tints. You need it. It's just something you need. So this car has 5% all around, including the windshield. Yes, the windshield has 5%. Now, can I see out at night? Absolutely not. But does it look baller? Absolutely. 5% looks so freaking cool. Right now we have the windows down so you can kind of see through it, but like, yeah, no, when the windows are up, you can't see inside this car. The 5% tint was absolutely necessary. I don't recommend it. I probably should legally say that, right? I don't recommend 5% tint on your windshield, but if you do it, it's gonna look absolutely baller. All the canard pieces, like right here, back there, and then the front splitter and all, I have it painted in 475 BMW paint code. I believe that's the black sapphire metallic. And then I have the same exact paint code painted on the roof. Heading over to the back of the car, like I told you guys already, this is the Pandem wing. I really like. I think the wing flows with this car very well. These canards on the bottom are also from Pandem as well. How I have not broken them yet, I am surprised. This is an important thing I think everybody should know. Why Pandem doesn't just include this when you buy their kit, I have no clue. It's like an extra 60 bucks on their website. I feel like they should just work it into the price, if anything. They should just include this, but this little rubber stripping right over here. This little rubber stripping is so freaking important. So if you were to just install this kit, you're gonna go ahead and install it, and the kit is gonna rub against the paint. It's just not gonna leave a nice finish. It's gonna eventually start scratching your paint. This little gasket right here, I'll also link it down in the description, but it's a little gasket, very thin, and they made it perfectly sized so that you can fit it between your kit and your car. It stops from water getting in, it makes the fitment look a little bit tighter, and aesthetically, I think it looks really good. The hardware that we have on here is from Downstar. They make some pretty good stuff. I've used them for a few years now, and we cannot forget about the clear tails. I'm pretty sure this was the first BRZ ever to have clear tail lights. I know it's a thing now. I know a lot of people have clears. I'm pretty confident that this was the first BRZ with clear tails. I teamed up with my buddy Hollis to create the first clear tails for the BRZ. I got the idea. I told him, hey man, we got to get to cooking. We got to get this thing done ASAP. And he came through. I'll leave his Instagram on the screen if you guys want anything cleared, if you guys want anything done taillight related, headlight related. Lights are his thing. If you guys need anything done with your lights, hit him up. He does great quality work. If you have a vision, he'll make it come to reality. And that's exactly what he did with these tails. The Popo is coming, is the one who made these clear tails. He did a killer job. They look so freaking good. I guess this is a good tee into the performance of this car, because technically it's like an exterior aesthetic thing, but also its performance. We have the Tomei titanium dual tip exhaust. It looks so freaking good. Like, it's so aggressive. The burnt titanium look looks absolutely beautiful, and then the rest of the exhaust just looks beautiful. Their welds look beautiful. The titanium is just, as a car guy, titanium just hits different. It's a full titanium exhaust. Sounds absolutely nuts. It's the typical Tomei sound. It sounds beautiful. I guess let's just work our way up into the exhaust. I guess now, since we're talking about performance, let's talk about the turbo kit. On this car, we have a full custom titanium turbo kit. Look at that. Look at that, dude. God dang. Now, when we started building this thing, there really wasn't much information out on the internet about how to boost these things. So it was definitely a fun process trying to figure everything out. Huge shout out to my buddy over at LMG Fab. He built this thing from scratch. Man, he is freaking talented. He stuck with me throughout long nights. The car sat at his shop for like, I think almost 2 months at one point. If you guys need any fab work done, please hit him up. He absolutely killed it on this turbo kit. Just like I said earlier, he is another one of those guys that if you have a dream, if you have a vision, he can turn it into a reality. And that's exactly what he did with this car. On here, like I said, we have a full custom titanium turbo kit. Everything is titanium. Downpipe is titanium. All the intercooler piping is titanium. Titanium just hits different. It looks so freaking good. So we had to throw it on everything. All the titanium used is from Tycon Industries. And then we also have the Vibrant clamps. I believe these are called the HD clamps. I purely got them just because they look sick. Come look at this. This clamp looks so much better than any silicone coupler could. We have a Garrett GTX turbo on this thing. I forgot what size it is. I'll put it on the screen once I figure it out later. The one thing about this car, you hear the turbo on this car from a mile away, and I absolutely fucking love it. The turbo on this thing is so freaking loud. The reason being is because one, it's a Garrett GTX. Just naturally, these turbos are freaking loud. And then also we have a T51R mod done to it. That is the secret sauce. It makes your turbo sound absolutely beautiful. It's one of the loudest turbos I've ever heard in my life. I love the GTX turbo. It builds boost really fast. It sounds beautiful. That's pretty much it. I don't know how much power this thing is pushing just yet. We still have yet to throw it on a dyno. No blow-up valve because we don't need that type of negativity in our life. I'd rather hear stoo-doo-doos, to be honest. We have a 44 millimeter Summit Racing wastegate, currently on a 14-pound spring, but I know we're going to jump up to a 16-pound. I think the end goal is about 18 pounds. That's when we're going to throw it on a dyno. That's why the horsepower numbers are still on hold at the moment. Car was running on full E85. We have a Gerald Just Projects Flex Fuel kit. The Flex Fuel kit is good to have just in case I need to put 93 in, but honestly, this car is never on 93. Ever since I turboed it, we only keep it on E85. Personally, I feel more comfortable riding on E85, even though it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get because the closest E85 station to me is like 30 minutes away, but we'll deal with it. We have a Blitz intercooler, which I also painted black. Oh yeah, all the carbon pieces. So we have a bunch of carbon fiber pieces in the engine bay. You guys know boxer motors. They're ugly. The only way to make this engine bay look good is to just fill it with carbon fiber, and that's kind of exactly what we did. We have carbon fiber pretty much everywhere. I don't know if you considered this a mod. I saw that they have a Blitz Racing oil filter. It just looked cool. Like, it's a Blitz oil filter. Who the heck has a Blitz oil filter? I don't know. Engine bay wise, I think that's pretty much it. Oil pan wise, we have a stock oil pan. We have a bung welded into it for the oil return on the turbo. At this time, I don't really know how much power this thing is pushing, but the butt dyno says something about 350-ish. So when you want to put some power down on these cars, you obviously have to upgrade your clutch. On this car, we have the Clutch Masters FX400 clutch on this thing, along with their lightweight flywheel. Another important thing about this turbo kit is that we used unequal length headers. I know when a lot of people build their cars, they want to use equal length headers for more power and whatnot. So we have some unequal length headers on this thing to get that Subi rumble that we all know and love. This is genuinely one of the best sounding Subarus I've ever heard. Also, we're running the ECU Tech. Our tuner is Mr. Flores over at Flores Tuning. Huge shout out to Flores Tuning. He is the guy that is like making all the groundbreaking discoveries with these cars. If you guys need your Turbo Gen 2 tuned, hit up Flores Tuning. Now, obviously, we're running on air suspension. We're on the floor. If I was static, it'd be pretty cool, but I'm not static. We are running on the best air struts on the market, and that is the Bag Riders Super Lows. They ride great. They have a great warranty system. If anything ever goes wrong, just hit them up and they'll go ahead and take care of it for you. They have amazing customer service. We have the Bag Riders Super Low air struts paired up with the Airlift 3P management. Airlift 3P is superior. That's all I gotta say. Then we also have a bunch of camber stuff going on. Cusco lower control arms in the front, Cusco lower control arms in the rear, and then, yeah, we have a little bit of camber. Wheels and tires, I've been running these ever since I got the car. Actually, I think these are my all-time favorite wheel. We have the Workmeister S1s, gloss black lip, satin black face, paired up with all black hardware. I love the all black look. We have the S1s paired up with the Toyo R888Rs. On this car, Toyo R888s are the best route to go. They look great. They have a thick sidewall, built in the square arches just beautifully. I recommend Toyo R888Rs all freaking day long. Because we have titanium on the rest of the car, we figured why not make the lug nuts titanium. So we have the titanium JDC lug nuts. And then one of the newest things that we have on this car, the Brembo brakes. These are are the Brembo brakes from the 2019 BRZ Sport Package. They were originally red when I got them, so I went ahead, painted them in the yellow that, I forgot what the paint code is, but it's the Corvette C7 yellow. Did I actually need all the stopping power? Probably not, but they look cool. They fill in the wheel gap and they just look so good. Like Workmeister S1s look so good with big brakes. I think exterior wise, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and jump on inside the car. Before we jump inside the car, I know I keep saying this, but it's true. This is one of my all-time favorite mods ever. We were looking for seats for this thing. I wasn't sure what route to go. I knew I wanted to throw some aftermarket seats in, but I didn't know if I wanted to make them comfy. I didn't know if I wanted to just put purely racing seats in here. I found a company that meets me right in the middle. It's comfortable and they're racing seats. So it's the best of both worlds. Let's show them. What we have here is the Tint B10 racing seats. These are one of the best looking racing seats I've ever seen in my life. They're a carbon fiber bucket seat, and I know they look uncomfortable, right? But they have cushioning in the perfect places. The cushion on the backside, the cushion on the butt, it's perfect. I opted for the XLs because obviously I'm a bigger guy, but these are one of the nicest seats I've ever seen in my life. They look so perfect in the car and they are so freaking comfortable. I highly suggest checking Tint out. How can you beat the look of carbon fiber bucket seats? They're so good. Besides that, the interior is pretty much stock. I have a Grip Royal X slammed enough steering wheel, and then we have a likewise shift knob as well. The most important thing when you're sitting in your car, the things that you touch, sensory stuff, I want to make sure is great. We also have Starlight headliner that we installed a while ago. Besides that, I think that's really it. Wait, hold on. We forgot the most important thing. I almost forgot to mention it because it's so bright outside and I forgot to turn it on, but we are running on the low glow underglow kit. I keep saying this, but it's one of my favorite things on the car. Looks absolutely beautiful on the car. Anytime I'm driving this thing at night, you best believe I have my low glow running. If you guys are interested in getting a kit for your car, definitely check them out in the link in the description. I think that is pretty much it, boys. If I forgot to mention something or if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I will get to it. Everything that I mentioned in this video, I will leave down in the description in case you guys want to do it to your cars or you guys are just curious. It's been an absolute blast building this car. I have a ton of things still planned for this car that we have to get to, so definitely stay tuned for those future videos. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.